Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at XAT 2024 important topics, QA and DI. This is part 1 of the series. So let's begin with the questions for today. The first question: find the greatest integral power of 2 in 91 factorial plus 92 factorial and so on up to 100 factorial. Well, we can write 91 factorial as 91 factorial, 92 factorial as 92 into 91 factorial, 93 factorial as 93 into 92 into 91 factorial. Let's write down one more. 94 factorial as 94 into 93 into 92 into 91 factorial. And this can be written like in the same format. And the 100 factorial is going to be 100 into 99 and so on. And the last one is going to be the 92 into 91 factorial. Now, why we have done this? So whenever you get a question based on factorials or highest power of a number in sum of difference of factorials, then you can't calculate it directly. What you will have to do is, if you're given more than one term, you will have to convert into a single term. So in order to convert it into single term, I have to write it like something into something. So that is only possible. Now, if I take out 91 factorial common from everywhere, I'll be left with 1 plus 92 plus 93 into 92 and so on. The last one being 100 into 99 and so on up to 92. So this is what I will be left with. Now, if I want to find out the number of 2's, now we can proceed. If I want to find out the number of 2's in this particular term, I need to find out the number of 2's in 91 factorial. So number of 2's in 91 factorial, how do we calculate it? We take 91 divided by 2, which will give us 45. Then we take 45 divided by 2, we get 22. Then we take 22 divided by 2, it will give us 11. Then we take 11 divided by 2, we'll get a 5. 5 divided by 2 will give us a 2 and then a 1, right? And then we have to add everything. So this one is going to give us 50. 33 plus 3, 36. 36 plus that is 86. So we can rewrite this one as, the first term can be written as 2 to the power 86 into something. And the other values are going to be odd because the only prime number which is even is 2, right? Then we will have to calculate the number of 2's in the second term. Now in this term, if you pay attention, we have 1 plus even plus another even number and so on. All the terms are even except for the first one, which results in an odd number. Now an odd number cannot have any 2. So this eventually gives us that we will have 2 to the power 86 into something, where k is here, k is not in the table of 2, right? So we will have 86 2's here. So the answer is going to be option B. Okay. The next one, find the minimum numbers starting from 90 are multiplied to get 25 zeros at the end. So we have 90, then we'll have 91, then we will have 92 and so on. What should be the last number so that we get a total of 25 zeros? Now 25 zeros, when you have continuous product, needs to contain 2 to the power 25 and 5 to the power 25, because in order to have 25 zeros at the end, it's another way of saying there are 25 tens and each 10 is made up of 1, 2 and 1, 5. Now, if you pay attention, you will have tons of 2's. The problem is only, will we have enough number of 5's? Because 2 is going to be there in every second number for sure, but 5 doesn't come so regular. So what we will have to do is, we need to start with one of the values. Suppose we are talking about 15 numbers, right? Since the question is asking us about minimum numbers, so let's start with the minimum number from the option. right? 50 numbers. So if I start from 90 and if we count total of 50 numbers, we will end up at 104. So the first option says 90 and so on up to 104. How many fives are we going to have? So in this case, we will have a 5 in a 90. Then we will have 1 5 in a 95. Then we will have 2 5s in a 100. Then we will have 1 5 in a 105. And then we will have, there is no 105, right? Minimum numbers starting from 90 are multiplied to get 25 zeros at the end. Well, if I need 25 zeros and we need to start from 90, I think we should have multiples of 4 there. I think there should be something else. 90 से अगर if I write product of even 20 consecutive numbers, this will never give me 25 zeros at the end. The numbers should be multiple of 90s, then this will make sense, right? So the question should have been find the minimum numbers which are multiples of 90 and starting from 90. This will make more sense because if I take 15 of them and 15, this will make sense, right? So let's see if this works out. Okay. So since we are talking about multiples of 90, so the first multiple of 90 is going to be this, second multiple of 90 is going to be this, and this continues. Last multiple of 90, we have no idea what this is. So suppose this is n. So if you pay attention, there are n brackets here. If I take out 90 is common, so I'll have 90 to the power n, and then we'll be left with 1 into 2 and so on up to n, which results in n factorial. Now, 90 to the power n will have, there is a single 10 there, right? 10 to the power n will have n zeros here. And then we will have some zeros here as well, right? Instead of saying zeros, I should rather write tens. And tens are going to be here. And we will have some tens from here. Such that we should have a total of 25 tens. Instead of doing hit and try, let's use the options, just like in previously what we were doing. So suppose A is 15. As in the first option is 15. So we are saying n is equal to 15. If n is equal to 15, so we will have 15 tens plus 15 factorial has got how many tens? Now 15 factorial will have one 10 in 5, another in 10 and another 15. So I'll have another 3. So this results in a total of 18 zeros and not 25. Okay. Let's take n is equal to 16. If I take 16, I will have 16 plus 16 factorial will still have 3. So this will result in a 19. If I take n is equal to 18, this is going to give me 18 plus 18 factorial will still have 3. So this will result in a 21. If I take n is equal to 20, this will have 20 plus 20 factorial will have a total of 24. So even though I change the language, I will not have a total of 25 zeros at the end. Find the minimum numbers starting from 90. Starting from 90 means 90 is included, isn't it? Are multiplied to get 25 zeros at the end. You'll only get zeros because of 5s, and we need more than that. So actually it should be 21, right? That thing makes sense. 21 होना चाहिए. Hold on. Because if this is going to be 21, we at 20 we have already checked it, right? So if it's going to be 21, so I will have 21 tens because of 90 to the power 21, and then I will have 4 tens or 4 5s from 21 factorial, which will result in a 25. So minimum n required is 21. So 21 answer, not 20. Okay. So some typo there. Next question is find the number of zeros at the end of 45 factorial raised to 45 factorial. Well, 45 factorial, if I talk about number of tens in 45 factorial, this is going to be 45 by 5 plus 9 by 5. So this is 10. So I have 10 trailing zeros in the base, that is 45 factorial. Isme. Now when I give a power to it, so the number of tens will become number of zeros in the base into the power, straightforward. So if I look at the option, first option says 450 into 44 factorial, as in I can write 45 factorial as 45 into 44 factorial. So these two combine and this becomes 450 into 44 factorial. Perfectly, it makes sense. Remember, the number of zeros in such kind of questions, it only depends on the number of zeros in the base. And then you multiply it with the power, whatever that power is, whether it's a factorial, whether it's a basic number, we shouldn't care. So 45 factorial in the power is just to confuse you. That's some number. That number into number of zeros in the base results in the total number of zeros overall. Okay. Next question. If x is equal to 2 plus root 3 plus root 5, then find the value of the expression x to the power 4 minus 8x cube plus 8x square plus 32x minus 44. Okay, so there is a slight trick here as to what shall I do to get 8, 8, maybe 32, and I need to have x to the power 4. So can I say if I bring all the rational part on one side and the irrational part on the other side, it will help, right? As in x is obviously irrational, but variable and rational part on one side and irrational on the other. As in I can rewrite the given equation like this. Now, as per the question, I need to find x to the power 4, which means first of all, I need to square it. If I square it, I will get x square minus 4x plus 4, that is equal to 3 plus 5 plus 2 root 15. This is going to give me x square minus 4x, and this is equal to 4 plus 2 root under root 15. Now I need to find out 8x cube. Can I say this is only possible if I square it again so that I get x cube as well as x to the power 4? So if I square again, I'll get x to the power 4 minus 8x cube plus 16x square. This is equal to 16 plus 4 into 15, which is 60, plus 2 into 4 into 2, that is going to give us 16 root 15. So we have quite something with us, which is x to the power 4 minus 8x cube as of now. We need to have 8x square here. So in order to get 8x square, can I take this part and multiply this by 8? Because if I multiply this one by 8, this one will result in 8x square minus 32x. This is equal to 32 plus 16 root 15. So we have one part which looks like this. We have another part which looks like this. and I need to get the given expression as it is given. क्या करें? So x to the power 4 minus 8x cube we already have. We need 8x square. We have 16x square and 8x square. Can I say if I subtract, I'll have 16x square minus 8x square, that will result in 8x square. So that should be our target. I'm going to subtract and I will have x to the power 4 minus 8x cube. 16x square minus 8x square is 8x square. Minus of minus 32x will give me plus 32x, which makes sense. All the four terms are here. And that will be equal to 16 root 15 and 16 root 15 will vanish. I will have 76 minus 32, which results in 44, which means if I bring 44 on the left hand side, I will left with 0. So D only answer. Right? So I did not have to put the value of x as it is given in that expression to get the answer, because that will be very time consuming. Okay. Next is find the smallest number which has got exactly 18 factors. Now, if somebody has got an 18 factors, I can write this as 17 plus 1. Next, I can write this as 6 into 3. Oh, okay, let's start with 9 into 2. 9 into 2 would mean 8 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. I can also write this as 6 into 3. So that is going to be 5 plus 1 into 2 plus 1. Can I also write 18 as product of two numbers apart from what cases we have written? No. 18 can be written as 18 into 1, which we have already written. It can be written as 9 into 2, which we have already written. We can write this as 6 into 3, which we have already written. इससे further और case नहीं बन सकता. Next, can I write 18 as product of more than two numbers? Well, this can be written as 3 into 3 into 2. So this can be written as 2 plus 1 into 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. Now, the question says we need to find the smallest number. If I want to find the smallest number, these values should be given to the smallest prime numbers, right, as their powers. So the smallest prime number is 2. So 2 ka power 17 ek case ho gaya. This will have 18 factors. Next, 2 to the power 8 into 3 to the power 1. Next one, 2 to the power 5 into 3 square. Next one is 2 square into 3 square into 5. So, of course, we cannot simply judge that the lowest value is the smallest number. We will have to check from here, right? So, 2 to the power 17 is definitely in thousands. Let's not go there. 2 to the power 8 is 256 into 3. That is almost 700s. 32 into 9. This is in 200s. And this one is going to give us 12 into 2. This is exactly 240. So 240 is the answer, right? This is one way of solving. Another way of solving this question would have been, you should have started with 180. 180 can be written as 2 square into 3 square into 5. And the number of factors of this is going to be 2 plus 1 into 2 plus 1 into 2. Hold on. Acha, this is not 240, this is actually 180. So calculation mistake here. This is 180. So in the very first case, the smallest number from the options will give us the answer, right? ठीक है. Next, 24 coconut trees, 51 palm trees and 57 areca trees have to be planted in rows such that each row contains the same number of trees of one variety only. Minimum number of rows in which the trees may be planted is. Since we need to find out, in a row, you need to have equal number of trees. So I can write 24 as 2 into 12, let's say, which would mean I will have only 2 rows with 12 coconut trees. But 51 palm trees, if I would try to distribute it in that way, I will not be able to have 12 trees because 57 is not in the table of 12. So I need to find a number which which is used to make 24 as well as 51 and as well as 57, right? That number is 1, next number is 3, and that's it. So that would mean that if I take the HCF of 24, 51 and 57, this will give me the lowest number of rows. If I take common factor, it may or may not give us the lowest number of rows. So this is going to be 3. So when we talk about coconut trees, it means that I will have 3 trees in each row, right? Coconut trees. So that I will have 8 such rows. Then if I talk about palm trees, I will have 3 trees in each row again, because that's what HCF says. Palm, palm, palm. And since we have a total of 51 trees, that would mean I will have a total of 17 such rows for palm. 17 into 3 is 51. Next, we will have 3 trees of areca. 3 trees of areca in every row, says that I will have a total of 19 such rows. You can see that this particular depiction, it completely verifies the condition given, that we need to plant in as many rows, such that each row contains the same number of trees of one variety only. So every row has either only coconut trees or palm trees and areca trees, and every row has same number of trees. So the total number of rows required, which is the minimum, is going to be 8 plus 17 plus 19, which will end in 4. So this is going to be 44. C is the answer. Okay, the next one. If the sum of two numbers is 528 and their HCF is 33, then how many pairs of such two numbers exist? Let's say the first number is 33A and the second number is 33B, where obviously A and B are co-prime. This is how you represent numbers, two numbers, when HCF is given. A and B should not have anything common between them further, because then HCF won't be 33. As per the question, it is given that 33A plus 33B is given as 528. So from here we will have A plus B. I think this is going to be 16. Shall we verify 330? Yes. So A plus B is going to give us 16. Now, since A and B are co-prime, how many such pairs of numbers exist? So 16 is not a huge number. We can, manually check, right? Rather than using Euler-Quotient formula. So 1 and 15, they are co-prime. 2 and 14 are not. 3 and 13 are. 4 and 12 not. So any pair of even numbers will not be there. If I take a 5, obviously 5 and 11 are co-prime. Then if I take a 7, 7 and 9 are co-prime. And if we take further, we will get 9 and 7, which will not really help, right? So we get 4 such pair of numbers that exist that satisfy these conditions. Okay. Next, how many pairs of two distinct natural numbers are there whose LCM is 24? So if we have a number of the form HA, where H is the HCF, and HB, so we say that their HCF is H while their LCM is HAB. Now, as per the question, HAB is given to us as 24. And if you pay attention, 24 has to be written as product of 3 numbers. So we will have to make cases. The first case being, what if the HCF is 1? If HCF is 1, that means A and B, they should be co-prime, or in other words, A and B obviously should be co-prime always. A and B should not have anything in common. That's what co-prime means. So if I take A is equal to 1, so let's draw, अच्छा नहीं, बाजू में ऐसे ही लिख लेते हैं. If A is equal to 1, we will get B is equal to 24. So this is one case. Next is if A is equal to 8, or let's start with the smaller value, A is equal to 3, we will have B is equal to 8. So we will have only two such scenarios here, right? 1 and 2 when HCF is 1. Second is if HCF is 2. If HCF is 2, so what will happen is I will have A into B is equal to 12, right? So A is going to be 1 and B is going to be 12, right? So this is one scenario. Next, we can have A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 4. This is the second scenario, and that's it. Because apart from 3 and 4, whatever I take, they won't be co-prime. Third case is when H is going to be 3. So we will have A into B as 8. I'll get A is equal to 1, B is equal to 8. And then I'll get A is equal to... No, we won't get further anything, right? Because आप कुछ भी कर लो, उसमें A and B co-prime नहीं रहेगा. So there is only one possibility. Fourth is when H is equal to 4. If H is equal to 4, I will have A and B ka product is equal to 6. So I will have A is equal to 1, B is equal to 6. This is one scenario. Next is if A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3 is going to be the other scenario. And this will give us two cases. Fifth case, if H is equal to 5, 5 will not make sense. So we will take up 6. So if H is equal to 6, A into B is going to be 4. We will have only one possibility when A is equal to 1, B is equal to 4. So केवल एक case बनेगा. Sixth case, H is equal to 7, obviously not possible. So H is equal to 8. So A into B is going to be 3. So if A is 1, B is equal to 3, this will result in another one scenario. Seventh case, if H is equal to, you can't have a 9 or a 10 or an 11. So the next possibility is H is equal to 12. So we will have A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 2. So this will result in only one more scenario. Okay. Next, after 12, we can take H is equal to 24 and this will result in A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1. This is one scenario. But since the question says distinct natural numbers, so we really cannot accept the last case. We will only have to go up to the second last case, as in seventh case तक हमें जा सकते हो, उससे नीचे नहीं जा सकते. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Nikhil, we will start from the month of January. Okay. So these are all the cases, and if you count, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2 is 3 times and 1 is 4 times. So 6 plus 4, 10, 10 hone wala. So 10 should be our answer. Okay. Next. A non-flying ant wants to travel from the bottom corner of a diagonally opposite top corner of a cubicle room. So we have a cubicle room. So I'm drawing the dotted part, which is invisible. So the dotted lines are the edges that are not visible to us. Now, as per the question, it wants to start from the bottom corner to the diagonally opposite corner of a cubicle room. The side of the rooms is 2 meters. Since it's cubicle, so that means every edge is 2 meters long. What will be the minimum distance that the ant needs to travel? So how do we solve such questions? So what you do is, if you look at this starting point to this end point, let's say S and E represent starting and end. So what you do is you draw a right angle triangle and then you see starting and end point, how far are they vertically, right? So if you visualize a cube, so starting is here, end is here. So they are at a gap of 2 units, right? One edge itna. Next, starting and end you need to see is, don't go diagonally. Simply think that if you want to reach at a point which is exactly at E or below or above E, in whatever order, doesn't matter, koi bhi ek तीनों में से, in a straight line along the edge. So along the edge, can we say this is the distance that the ant will have to cover so that it is directly below E? So this is 1, 2. So 2 edges that will result in a total of 4 units, right? The hypotenuse will give you the shortest distance, which is going to be under root 2 square plus 4 square, which is 16 plus 4, 20. So under root 20, which is nothing but 2 under root 5. So D becomes your answer. What is the trajectory going to look like? That's not our concern. हमें तो क्या distance निकालना है ना, shortest. That is good enough. Okay, next we need to find the minimum value of A. So A is given as mod of x plus 3 plus mod of x minus 2 minus, see the coefficients of x are 1 and 1 in the first two. So आगे भी 1 चाहिए. So what we will do is we are going to write this like this. इसको आपने लिख दिया 2 times of x minus 8, which is 1 times of x minus 8 का mod and another times x minus 8 का mod. Same thing. Now, if you already know the shortcut to it, great. If you do not, if you do not know the shortcut to it, what you will have to do is you will have to draw this, right? और आप draw कैसे करोगे? You will try to make each mod equal to 0. So if at x is equal to minus 3, you will get the value of A is equal to 5. Minus 9. And then at x is equal to 2, when the second mod is 0, you will be getting the value of A as 1. And when the third and fourth mod, they both are same, isn't it? When that is 0, so you will be getting at x is equal to 8. That will result in sorry, not 8, this is 4. I'm sorry. 2 common निकलेगा तो 4 बचेगा ना. So at x is equal to 4, now the third mod is going to become 0. And I will have 7 plus 2, that will give us A is equal to 9. Pure common sense. Options देख लो and see which one is the largest. Maximum means इनमें से सबसे बड़ा, the largest one. The largest is 9, so 9 becomes your answer, right? So thankfully we did not have to draw this because there was not an option which said infinity. Had one of the options been infinity, so we had to check is it 9 or is it increasing. तो उस केस में हमें draw करना पड़ सकता था. So 9 is the answer here. Sahil, the length of the diagonal will not help in that question अगर आप इसकी बात कर रहे तो. Because actually the trajectory of this is going to look something like this. This is how the ant is going to travel. Where is this point? If you know that this is the midpoint, तो great. अगर आपको नहीं पता है, it will be very difficult to find out this trajectory, as in the length of this trajectory. ठीक है? Consider this to be a Rubik's cube. ठीक है, वो खेलते हैं ना जिसमें same side, every side has got, every face has got, not side, every face has got a different color. So वो है, and then there is an ant that cannot fly, that can only walk. If it has to move from one point to another, it should not go along the edges ever. That's never the shortest distance. It is one of the ways to go, but not the shortest. So it should be a direct line. So direct line के लिए you will have to follow the trajectory of the ant. The problem with a lot of students is they are not able to visualize this because they have never seen ants doing this. So the shortcut being, you see the 2 points S and E, right? So S and E are vertically don't look diagonally or horizontally. S and E vertically कितना दूर है? One edge, that is 2 meters. And horizontally along the edge, how far are they? So this is 2 and then we have another 2 inside, right? So that is 2 plus 2, 4. These are the two sides of a right angle triangle, and the hypotenuse will always result in the shortest distance between 2 points. This is true for all the questions. 2D, 3D, ये shortcut है. ये करते वक्त what will be the length of, what will be the trajectory, what will it look like? We don't have to worry about it. Say, exam में हमें आंसर आ जाना चाहिए. क्यों होता है ऐसा आंसर? Where did it come from? Who cares? When you are going to become a manager, you need to get the work done. How is it getting done? How many people are doing it? Why are you concerned about it? People who are perfectionists, they generally are not very good managers. I mean, they're not. I mean, they try to make everything perfect, which is good during the presentation. But in the long run, what happens is they get slower. और जब तक perfect चीजें नहीं होंगी, तब तक वो आगे बढ़ नहीं पाएंगे. ठीक है? Perfection is required, but in some other domains, not generally everywhere. What if theta question? How can we solve this? Lakshmi, can you explain or can you tell me which question were you talking about? Something which is a theta question? Are you talking about question number, what, this one? We already solved it both the ways, right? Not theta and theta. Sorry, theta and not theta. Which other question did I solve using theta? As in, option से solve कौन सा करा है मैंने? कोई तो करा था. Or theta B you are saying because you're talking about CAT exam, right? XAT में theta तो नहीं है ना? There is no theta. So I solved questions either using both the methods or, you know, proper solution. So everybody please make sure that you like this session, you like the video. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. You can unlock your free trial. All you have to do is download our BYJU'S exam prep app. The link is given in the description. And you can put in your contact number and you can start 3-day free trial access. You can also enroll in our CAT and non-CAT 2023 test series that includes 10,000 practice questions, more than 80 mocks, which includes more than 55 non-CAT mocks, topic tests covering all the subtopics, and then video solutions also for every question. XAT 2024 crash course is going to start very soon. Today was not a crash course, it was just a session of solving problems. Therein, we will be discussing most probable questions, section-wise score booster. It will start from 19 December at 7 p.m. Anyone who is new to the app, or if you are going to download this, on the home page you will see a link, a button which will say talk to our counselor. Make sure you click on that. And people who have written this year's CAT, you can get your score and your percentile predicted even before the result is out. And along with it, you can also get to know which colleges suit your percentile. Right? A lot of students are right now struggling with it. Which colleges form should I fill? And please be quick. The dates will run out very soon. Most of the colleges will finish their last date of registration before the CAT result is out. So CAT result के बाद आप सोचोगे अरे मेरा result अच्छा हो गया, मैं इस college के लिए applicable है, but form नहीं भर सकते. Date will be out. So you'll have to do it beforehand. Okay, so please check the pinned comment. You can click on that and predict the colleges you are eligible for. And for SNAP 2023 first impression and detailed analysis, so today this session will be going on. I believe it may have started. So make sure that you join this session. And do not forget to check out our social media handles and pages. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I'll see you guys again very soon. Until then, take care.